Hello guys and welcome back to Shaun's Japanese course, yes, and welcome to the negative, the past, and the past negative of the masu form, yeah. So, as I said in the previous video, the masu form basically just, does not change the meaning of the verb, but changes the feeling of it, right? It changes it, the meaning of the masu form, right, is basically the same. It's just that it's more polite when we use the masu form instead of the, regular plain form, right? So, just like we can, change verbs into the negative, the past, and the past negative forms, right, when they are in the plain form, we can do the same for the masu form, right, for the polite form. So, how does that actually look? Well, it's actually very simple, okay, and it's much easier than it is in the plain form, right? Because for the negative, right, it's the same for all verbs, right? You just replace the masu with masen, right? So we get tabemasu, mimasu, demasu, imasu, kakimasu, kaimasu, hairimasu, and irimasu, and we get tabemasen, mimasen, demasen, imasen, kakimasen, kaimasen, hairimasen, irimasen, right? So again, the meaning of these is exactly the same as the meaning of the verb in the ninth form, right? Doesn't eat, doesn't look, doesn't go out, doesn't exist, and so on and so forth. It's just that it's more polite when we say it like this, right? So, for the past, again, it's the same for all verbs, right? You just replace the masu with mashita, right? So, once again, we have all these verbs in the masu form, and you get tabemashita, mimashita, demashita, imashita, kakimashita, kaimashita, hairimashita, irimashita. Of course, as I've said, the meaning is exactly the same as in the past form in the plain, as the past tense in the plain form. It's just that, it's more polite this way, right? So yeah, it's pretty much as simple as that. And of course, the past negative is again the same for all verbs. You replace the masu with masen deshita, so we get tabemasen deshita, mimasen deshita, demasen deshita, imasen deshita, kakimasen deshita, kaimasen deshita, hairimasen deshita, and of course, irimasen deshita. And yes, it is as simple as that. So as I've said, it's much easier than the plain form, right? The polite form is actually, the conjugations of the polite form are actually much easier than the ones in the plain form, right? Because you just replace the masu with, the appropriate endings. Now, of course, we still have the two irregular verbs. However, even they, conjugate in the same way, right? So kuru becomes kimasu, and suru becomes shimasu, right, in the polite form. So, just like the previously mentioned verbs, kimasu becomes kimasen for the negative, kimashita for the past, and kimasen deshita for the past negative. And suru, right, shimasu, becomes shimasen, shimashita, shimasen deshita. Okay, so it's pretty much as simple as that. And with that, we are done with the polite form, yes. And with that, we have actually covered all of the, let's call them the basic forms, right? The basic forms of verbs, right? The present, the past, the negative, and the past negative, as well as the polite form, and, all of these in the polite form. Now, bear in mind that there are still other forms of verbs, right? But we are going to cover those a bit later. Right now, we can actually cover some other things, some more interesting things, right? We can cover particles that are used with these verbs, right? And that is actually going to be the topic of the next video, and I hope I'll see you in that one. Goodbye.